Hi everybody, I'm Lovely with another Brightline eating vlog. So the first 3 days of Brightline eating, I was able to do all of the writing and the turning over and the setting up the intention for my food. It lasted 3 days. And I had great attention. I had got 3 different binders. I got a little place to put their books, notebooks, place to put the books, and I was writing out my gratitudes and my blah, blah, blah. I can't even remember all of them now, the tools we can use. But then after that, I realized, there's no way I'm going to keep this up right now. This practice of writing and turning things over has always been a challenge for me the 6 years I've been in a 12-step program for food addiction. And it doesn't, I decided early on, I was like, I need to do this program to the best of my current abilities, where I'm at in my life right now. I'm a full-time teacher. I'm a parent. I co-parent a 9-year-old with my ex-wife. And so there's juggling, back and forth between our houses. I'm an artist and a creator, a maker, and a lot going on. I have a partner who I am in a relationship with who lives about an hour away, so we're navigating that as well. And all of my family, every lick of family, is except for one who was never even around, lives 3,000 miles away. So, this modern life is not allowing me right now, at least, to do all of the tools that Brightline offers. Just like in OA, Overeaters Anonymous, I have never used all of the tools, although I have used different tools at different times in my recovery there. And all of the tools are helpful, just as I think all of the tools that Susan provides on the program are helpful. But one of the things I love about when she talks about both her own program, her recovery within Brightline, and the Brightline tools, is that there's always this loving compassion and license given to all of us to tap in and do this program in the best way that we can, in the best way that works for us. And I'm on a lot of Facebook groups for Brightline, and a lot of new people come on and they go, I can't do this and I don't know if I can do that. And then the old timers just come back with, do what makes sense for you right now. Do what makes sense to make sure that you can be successful. And so what does that look like again for me? Well, it looked like never giving up something that I loved, just altering it. And what I mean by that is I eat cauliflower pizza once to twice a week. It's best when I only eat once a week. And when I say that is, it's not because cauliflower pizza, if you make it yourself, is in Brightline. It's in terms of its ingredients, it's fully Brightline compliant. But it's a pain in the butt to make my own cauliflower pizza. First few times I made it was soggy and I didn't like it. Now I actually make one that I like, but I've only done that once. So getting cauliflower pizza either at my favorite restaurant that serves it, which is California Pizza Kitchen, or to get it from the frozen stuff at school, at the grocery store, has brown rice flour in it and a couple other things I think that are. However, what I found is that it doesn't trigger me to have those things. So when I have one, I don't feel that same sort of addictive that white flour would give me feeling of like I can never eat enough of this. I don't just want this. I want more stuff. Then I want sweet after. All of those addictive things that I would do when I was in the flour, more sugar. So it's I try to eat a salad often when I have the pizza, but sometimes I don't. Sometimes I just eat a whole, and they're fairly small, a whole small California Pizza Kitchen, or a whole small pizza, a little smaller from the grocery store, and then that's my dinner. And that's it. And it's working. It's been working for me. I have been able to maintain, I would say, an average of 2+ pounds off per week. So I probably should look at that, but 33 pounds in 5 months in 130 days, however you can do the math. And it hasn't led to other addictive, practices around food. So that's one way. Another way is, there are times during the week when I don't weigh and measure and just do an eyeball. And it's not just going out to eat and forgetting my scale in the car, which I often do, but at home or at work or something. Most of the time, I would say 75% of the time I weigh and measure, and the rest I eyeball. And what's actually been very helpful to me has been to weigh myself weekly. I was really concerned about weighing that myself that often. I was like, oh no, that's just going to be blah, 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 blah. I had all this story about how that wouldn't be good. And it's actually been really helpful, because there have been a few weeks of the however many weeks I've been on this where I've gone up. I think only 3 weeks. And most of the weeks I go down, and I think only 1 week did I only lose 0.2 pounds. So every other week I've lost. And I've had a few whoosh weeks right after I did that, gained a pound. I had a big whoosh week. I had like a 5 point something loss. And so it's been really helpful to do the weekly weigh-in, because I can see where I am. And see if I need to tighten the reins. That's kind of something that I've been thinking about. So if I have a week that's only like 0.6 loss or gain, then I basically look at my sleep. I look at how much water I've been drinking. I look at how much cauliflower pizza I've had. And I see if those are, higher than a week before that. And if they are, then I sort of make sure I tighten it up for that week. And that's been working. That's been working really well. I'm really, and it seems it seems very sustainable that I can do this week after week if I can kind of figure it out as I go. And so I've been experimenting. So what else do I do that might not be crystal? I've done this, I try not to do this too often either. However, I have taken something from a breakfast and eaten it at lunch, taken something from a lunch and eaten it at dinner. What I mean by this, and I rarely do the breakfast to lunch, because I know that it's a little dangerous, slippery slope to be eating a grain at lunch or dinner, because honestly, I really want to, and then it's, it's like that will just start it all up again. But I do tend to take a fruit, forget to eat my fruit, which is crazy, because I'm forgetting to eat something? That seems insane to me. I'll forget to eat my fruit at lunch and I'll have it at dinner. But for the most part, like I'm saying, I'm definitely doing no flour, no sugar. I'm trying to think, is there any, outside of the brown rice flour, I have not had any flour. And I don't think there's any time I've had sugar. I can't think of a time. And before I started, I thought, oh, how am I going to not have at least honey in my tea when I'm sick and my throat hurts? And I was like going through this like mental anguish, and I've been fine. I've been sick. I've had honey. I have not had honey. I've had tea, no honey, and shockingly, it does coat my throat. It does make me feel better. I've also been struggling lately, on the sick note, with a tummy bug. And I read somewhere that Susan suggested having 3 breakfasts, and then someone posted it and it was, they had it on their website. And that's been really helpful to me. So what I've been doing while sick is I have my morning muffins in the morning. I can still stomach them. And then for lunch and sometimes dinner, I have a bowl of rice. And honestly, I'm not even weighing the rice. Like, I mean, I'm looking at, I think it's about 8 or 10 ounces of rice. So that's like twice the rice that you would normally have at breakfast, right? And I'm already having a grain at breakfast. So I have about 10 ounces of rice. It comes in a 10 ounce bag, so I don't even know how much that is once I've, I microwave it. But I don't, I'm like, it's fine. I had a whole week of mostly having a rice bowl for a meal, and I still lost weight because I wasn't eating so much food. I have a hard time right now with my tummy thing of eating vegetables. So I've been trying to get in like a banana here and there, and I had a little spinach last night that was sauteed. That was better than I had 2 salads this week. But so far, it's going fine. So anyway, I have a bowl of rice. I have, sometimes I have just the rice with butter, salt, and pepper. Sometimes I have it with avocado, and sometimes I have it with that and scrambled egg, if I can stomach all of that. And it fills me up. It makes me, I can stomach it, and it works. So, I'm trying to think if there's anything else. If there's anything else that I needed to share about how I eat. Oh, the other thing is, I'm not doing a meditation right now, although I come and go with meditation. I don't do the gratitude list. I don't do what's the other thing? The checklist. And I never have since the first time. I'm getting a little hot. That's why my cheeks are so red. I don't commit my food for the next day. And this was really hard for me to do in OA. But I do set up a plan for the whole week. So I will write down what I want to eat for breakfast, lunch, and dinner for the whole week. I will buy groceries for that. And then I pretty much stay close to that, as close as I can. I have this little book I write it in, and then I take a picture of it, so I have it on my phone. And I would say that is a really good system for me, because it feels like I'm setting the intention, but then I also don't have to follow it exactly if I feel like I need to switch something around, like switch a dinner around or a lunch around, and that's working. So, and actually these past 2 weeks I didn't even write it down because I was not feeling well, and I was like, I can't imagine making food, so I just have to eat what I can eat. So anyway, I'm really curious about how you all are doing your program, and maybe if you had a metaphor for what your program looked like. I would love to hear that. So please comment below, or in the Facebook group where you saw this posted. And as always, I'm lovely, and so are all of you. Happy holidays and Happy New Year. And looking forward to connecting with you all soon.